Ever wondered where Bruce Lee or Elvis Presley are buried? Are they truly buried, or were they cremated? Do you know which other celebrities were cremated and have no gravesite? Was it their choice, or was someone else responsible for the decision? Who decided on their cremation or gravesites? Let's dive in and explore 29 celebrities who have no gravesites because they were cremated. We'll also discuss who made these decisions. And you may be surprised to learn that, in some cases, their families even fought over cremation and burial. Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll. Even now, decades after his death, his name echoes like one of his unforgettable tunes. Elvis Presley's remains were cremated. It's an unusual choice for such a towering figure, especially in a culture that often ties legacy to a final resting place. So, why cremation? And what does it mean for his enduring legend? The decision to cremate Elvis wasn't entirely his own. After his passing in 1977, his family faced overwhelming concern about the security of a traditional burial. He was initially interred at Forest Hill Cemetery in Memphis, alongside his beloved mother, Gladys. But after a shocking grave robbery attempt just weeks later, his father, Vernon Presley, made a heart-wrenching decision. For the safety of his son's remains, cremation felt like the best way to protect Elvis's legacy and ensure peace for their family. Elvis's ashes were later placed in Graceland's meditation garden, a serene space he cherished in life. The scattering of ashes wasn't just a practical move, it was deeply symbolic. It connected him forever to the home he loved, the place where his music took root and flourished. Fans often describe Graceland as a living memorial, where the king's spirit lingers in every room, every note played on his piano. Without a traditional grave to visit, Elvis's fans created their own rituals to honor him. Every year, thousands gather for candlelight vigils at Graceland, paying homage to his memory. It's proof that even without a grave, Elvis remains deeply connected to the hearts of millions. This choice of cremation reflects a powerful truth. A legacy isn't confined to a headstone or a burial plot. Elvis's life was larger than life, and his memory is immortal. By scattering his ashes at Graceland, his family ensured that his spirit would remain as untouchable and timeless as his music. Fans don't just visit a grave, they visit the world he left behind, a place that vibrates with the songs and stories that made him a legend. John Lennon. John Lennon, the voice of a generation and a dreamer of peace, left the world in shock after his tragic murder in 1980. His death was sudden, heartbreaking, and deeply felt by millions around the globe. What followed was a quiet yet profoundly symbolic farewell that reflected John's life and ideals. Rather than a traditional burial, Yoko Ono, John's beloved partner and muse, chose cremation. This decision wasn't just practical, it was deeply personal. John had always cherished simplicity and connection with nature, and Yoko ensured his final resting place reflected those values. After his cremation, John's ashes were scattered in Central Park's strawberry fields, just steps away from the apartment he shared with Yoko in New York City. This peaceful, tree-lined area had always been a sanctuary for the couple, and it was named in honor of John's iconic song Strawberry Fields Forever. By choosing this spot, Yoko transformed the park into a living memorial. Today, Strawberry Fields is more than just a patch of green in a bustling city. It's a gathering place for Lennon's admirers, a site of reflection, and a symbol of the enduring message of peace and love he championed. Fans leave flowers, handwritten notes, and tokens of remembrance, keeping John's spirit alive. Joan Rivers. Joan Rivers, the trailblazing queen of comedy, left the world laughing until her final days. When she passed in 2014, her departure was as unique as her vibrant life. True to her bold personality and sharp wit, Joan's farewell came in the form of cremation, a choice that reflected her practicality and her penchant for breaking the mold. Her daughter, Melissa Rivers, honored Joan's wishes, ensuring her ashes were kept in a private, intimate setting. Joan had always been a fiercely devoted mother and a private individual in her personal life, and this decision mirrored that closeness. Though Joan's ashes remain with her family, her legacy is far from private. From her groundbreaking comedy to her iconic red carpet critiques, she left an indelible mark in the entertainment world. Fans and admirers continue to celebrate her life with laughter, remembering her as a fearless woman who broke barriers and embraced life unapologetically. Even without a public memorial, Joan Rivers' spirit lives on in every punchline, every bold joke, and every moment of unabashed honesty she shared with the world. It's a legacy as unforgettable as the woman herself. Christopher Reeve. Christopher Reeve, forever remembered as the embodiment of Superman, left an indelible mark not just on film but on the world through his resilience and advocacy. After his passing in 2004, Reeve's family chose cremation, a decision that reflected their desire to honor his remarkable life in a private, heartfelt way. Reeve's ashes were kept by his family, symbolizing the deep bond they shared and the strength they drew from one another during his extraordinary life. Following the horseback riding accident that left him paralyzed, Reeve became a champion for spinal cord research and disability advocacy, inspiring millions with his unyielding determination and optimism. Even without a public memorial, Christopher Reeve's legacy soars higher than any monument. His portrayal of Superman wasn't just about superhuman strength, but also the strength of character, values he carried off-screen in his fight for hope and progress. His ashes remain with his loved ones, but his spirit lives on in the hearts of all who saw him as a true hero, both in fiction and in life. Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe, one of Hollywood's most iconic and enigmatic figures, passed away in 1962, leaving the world in shock and mourning. Known for her beauty, talent, and vulnerability, Marilyn captured hearts with films like Some Like It Hot and Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, but her personal struggles were no secret. After her untimely death, her funeral arrangements were a quiet affair, handled by close friend and former husband Joe DiMaggio. While many assume Marilyn would have had a grand burial, she was cremated, a lesser-known detail of her story. Her ashes were interred in a crypt at Westwood Village Memorial Park Cemetery, surrounded by other Hollywood greats. This modest resting place stands in stark contrast to the dazzling life she led and the immense fame she garnered. Over the years, her crypt has become a pilgrimage site for fans, adorned with flowers, letters, and tokens of admiration. For Marilyn, her final resting place perhaps offered the peace and privacy that eluded her during her life. While she left behind no children or direct heirs, her legacy remains one of beauty, vulnerability, and an enduring mystery. Her memory lives on in her films, her photographs, and the hearts of fans who continue to celebrate her remarkable life. Lucille Ball. Lucille Ball, a comedy icon and trailblazer in television history, passed away in 1989, leaving an immeasurable legacy of laughter and innovation. As the star of I Love Lucy, she brought joy to millions, becoming one of the most beloved figures in entertainment. Her life, filled with groundbreaking achievements and personal resilience, ended quietly, but her memory has continued to shine brightly. After her passing, Lucille was cremated, and her ashes were initially interred at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Los Angeles. However, in 2002, her children, Lucy Arnaz and Desi Arnaz Jr., moved her ashes to the family burial plot in Jamestown, New York. This move reflected a deep connection to her roots, as Jamestown was her hometown and where her journey toward stardom began. Today, her gravesite in New York serves as a cherished place for fans and family to honor her legacy. Jamestown has embraced its most famous resident, housing a museum dedicated to her life and work. This move not only brought Lucille home, but also ensured her final resting place was surrounded by the love and admiration of the community that shaped her. Lucille Ball's journey from the bustling lights of Hollywood to the quiet embrace of her hometown mirrors the essence of a woman who remained grounded despite her stardom. Her laughter continues to echo through the ages, a testament to a life well lived and a legacy that endures. Ingrid Bergman. Ingrid Bergman, the Swedish actress who captivated audiences with her roles in films like Casablanca and Notorious, passed away in 1982 on her 67th birthday. Known for her elegance and powerful performances, she was one of the few actresses to win 3 Academy Awards. Her death marked the end of a luminous career, but also a deeply personal journey that always tied her back to her Swedish roots. Ingrid chose cremation, and her ashes were scattered off the coast of Sweden, a gesture that reflected her lifelong love for the sea and her connection to her homeland. The waters where her ashes were released symbolize both freedom and eternity, echoing the qualities that defined her spirit. Her family honored this intimate farewell, ensuring her memory remained connected to the land and culture she held dear. Though her physical presence is no more, Ingrid Bergman's legacy continues to inspire. Her performances remain timeless, and her life serves as a reminder of grace, talent, and resilience, a fitting tribute to a star who left an indelible mark on cinema and the hearts of her fans. Janice Joplin. Janice Joplin, the raw, soulful voice of the counterculture movement, left the world in 1970 at just 27 years old. As one of the defining figures of the rock era, she captivated audiences with hits like Piece of My Heart and Me and Bobby McGee. Her sudden death was a tragic loss to music, but her legacy of fearless individuality and emotional depth lives on. True to her free-spirited nature, Janice was cremated, and her ashes were scattered along the California coast, a place she held close to her heart. The Pacific Ocean, vast and untamed, mirrored her wild and passionate life. Her family and friends chose this tribute to honor her love for the West Coast, where her career blossomed and her spirit thrived. Janice Joplin's influence extends far beyond her brief but electrifying career. Fans continue to celebrate her music and her authenticity, finding inspiration in her refusal to conform. The scattering of her ashes symbolized her liberation, leaving her forever connected to the sea she cherished and the freedom she embodied. Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor, one of the most glamorous stars of Hollywood's golden age, passed away in 2011 at the age of 79. Known for her breathtaking beauty and roles in films like Cleopatra and Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, she was also a trailblazing humanitarian, particularly in her advocacy for AIDS research. Though Taylor left detailed burial instructions, including her preference for privacy, she was ultimately cremated. Her ashes were interred in the famed Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Los Angeles, a resting place for countless Hollywood legends. This decision provided a serene yet iconic location that reflected her status as a larger-than-life figure. Elizabeth Taylor's choice to forego a traditional burial aligned with her independent and bold personality. In death, as in life, she remained a woman of immense style and substance. Her legacy lives on not only through her legendary film career, but also through her philanthropic work, ensuring her memory is as timeless as the diamonds she adored. Bette Davis. Bette Davis, one of Hollywood's most iconic and fearless actresses, passed away in 1989, leaving behind a legacy defined by talent, tenacity, and unapologetic ambition. Known for her powerful performances in classics like All About Eve and Jezebel, Davis was a pioneer for women in film, unafraid to take on challenging roles and fight for creative control in a male-dominated industry. In keeping with her bold and pragmatic nature, Davis was cremated following her death. Her ashes were buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Los Angeles, where her final resting place reflects the grit and determination she displayed throughout her life. True to her reputation, Davis even left an unforgettable epitaph on her tombstone. She did it the hard way. These words serve as a testament to her resilience, echoing her journey of overcoming obstacles to achieve greatness. Even in death, Bette Davis continues to inspire actors and audiences alike. Her legacy as a trailblazer and uncompromising artist remains etched in Hollywood's history, much like her daring roles and unforgettable on-screen presence. The woman who did it the hard way showed the world how to do it the right way, leaving behind a legacy that's as bold and brilliant as she was. Betty White. Betty White, a cherished icon of television and comedy, passed away peacefully in 2021 at the remarkable age of 99. Known for her quick wit, warmth, and groundbreaking roles in shows like The Golden Girls and The Mary Tyler Moore Show, Bette had a career spanning over 8 decades, earning her a special place in the hearts of fans worldwide. True to her humble and private nature, Bette was cremated, and her ashes were entrusted to her family. This decision honored her lifelong preference for simplicity and reflected the quiet dignity with which she lived her personal life. Though she brought laughter to millions, Bette often avoided grand gestures, choosing instead to focus on meaningful connections and her enduring love for animals. While her physical presence is gone, Bette White's legacy continues to shine brightly. Her humor, kindness, and advocacy for animal welfare have left a lasting impact, reminding us all of the power of laughter and love. Even without a public resting place, her memory is celebrated by fans, friends, and family, proving that Bette White's spirit is truly timeless. Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain, the legendary frontman of Nirvana and the voice of the grunge generation, passed away tragically in 1994 at the age of 27. Known for his raw, introspective lyrics and electrifying performances, Cobain's influence on music and culture was unparalleled. His untimely death left a void in the world of rock, but his legacy continues to inspire countless fans and artists. Following his death, Kurt was cremated, and his ashes were scattered across several locations that held deep significance. Part of his remains was scattered on his family's property in Washington, a place tied to his childhood and personal history. Another portion found its way to a Buddhist temple in Ithaca, New York, honoring his reported interest in Buddhism and spirituality. These choices reflected the complexity of Kurt's life, a blend of rebellion, introspection, and a search for peace. While there is no single memorial for fans to visit, Kurt Cobain's music remains a powerful tribute to his life and artistry. From haunting ballads like Something in the Way to anthems like Smells Like Teen Spirit, his songs continue to echo the struggles and triumphs of a generation. His scattered ashes symbolize the freedom and fragility that defined his life, leaving his spirit as unbound as the music he created. Alan Rickman. Alan Rickman, the deeply versatile actor whose commanding presence and distinctive voice captivated audiences worldwide, passed away in 2016 at the age of 69. Known for his iconic roles, from the villainous Hans Gruber in Die Hard to the complex and enigmatic Severus Snape in the Harry Potter series, Rickman brought unparalleled depth and gravitas to every performance. After his death, Rickman was cremated, and his ashes were entrusted to his family for private memorials. This decision reflected the actor's reserved and dignified nature, choosing a quiet goodbye that aligned with his personal life, which he had always kept away from the public eye. Though there is no public site to honor him, Alan Rickman's legacy lives on through his unforgettable performances and his impact on the craft of acting. His work continues to inspire admiration, and his portrayal of Snape has become especially beloved, reminding fans of the layers and complexities he brought to his characters. Even in his absence, Rickman remains a figure of immense respect and affection, proving that his artistry and spirit are eternal. Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury, the electrifying frontman of Queen, passed away in 1991, leaving behind a legacy that forever changed the face of rock music. Known for his flamboyant stage presence and a voice that could move mountains, Freddie's artistry and charisma captivated millions around the globe. His death was a profound loss to music, but his final arrangements added an air of mystery befitting his larger-than-life persona. Following his passing, Freddie was cremated, and his ashes were entrusted to Mary Austin, his lifelong friend and confidant. In a gesture of deep trust and respect, Freddie asked Mary to scatter his ashes in a location that remains a secret to this day. Even decades later, the exact place is known only to Mary, ensuring Freddie's wish for privacy and peace was honored. This secretive farewell reflects Freddie's deeply personal approach to his life outside the spotlight. While he was a dazzling performer on stage, he was also a private individual who valued his close relationships above all. Fans around the world have created their own ways to honor him, from pilgrimages to his home at Garden Lodge in London to global celebrations of his music. Freddie Mercury may rest in an undisclosed place, but his presence is felt everywhere his music plays. With every powerful note of Bohemian Rhapsody and every anthem like We Are the Champions, Freddie's spirit soars, reminding the world that legends never truly fade. They live on in the hearts of those who loved them. Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix, the revolutionary guitarist who redefined the sound of rock music, passed away tragically in 1970 at the age of 27. Known for his groundbreaking performances and iconic hits like Purple Haze and All Along the Watchtower, Hendrix's influence on music remains unparalleled. His death marked the end of a brief but extraordinary career, yet his legacy continues to inspire generations. While Hendrix's body is interred in a family memorial in Renton, Washington, a portion of his remains were cremated and scattered in a secret location. This private act, shrouded in mystery, adds an ethereal element to the legend of Hendrix. The scattering reflected his free-spirited nature and deep connection to music as a limitless form of expression. Today, Hendrix's memorial site in Renton has become a place of pilgrimage for fans, who leave flowers, guitar picks, and notes in honor of the man who revolutionized the guitar. Though his scattered ashes are lost to the wind, Hendrix's spirit is alive in every chord and every soul moved by his music. His final arrangements mirror the essence of his life. Andy Warhol. Andy Warhol, the groundbreaking artist who redefined modern art and culture, passed away unexpectedly in 1987 at the age of 58. Known for his iconic pop art pieces, including the Campbell's soup cans and portraits of Marilyn Monroe, Warhol was a creative force who blurred the lines between art, commerce, and celebrity. While his work celebrated fame and excess, his final arrangements were strikingly humble. Following his death, Warhol was cremated, and his ashes were interred in a modest grave at St. John the Baptist, Byzantine Catholic Cemetery in Pittsburgh, his hometown. This unpretentious resting place reflected Warhol's roots as the son of Slovakian immigrants and his connection to his upbringing in a working-class family. Despite his larger-than-life persona in the art world, Warhol's burial was a quiet nod to the simplicity he often embraced in private. Warhol's grave has since become a unique memorial, visited by fans and admirers who leave tokens of appreciation, including cans of Campbell's soup and flowers, as tributes to his enduring influence. Though his ashes rest in a simple grave, Warhol's legacy is anything but ordinary. His revolutionary vision continues to inspire artists and challenge perceptions, ensuring his spirit remains as vibrant as his iconic works. Peter Sellers. Peter Sellers, the comedic mastermind behind the Pink Panther series and countless other iconic performances, passed away in 1980 at the age of 54. Known for his remarkable versatility and ability to bring characters to life with wit and charm, Sellers was a true legend in the world of comedy and film. His sudden death was a loss felt deeply by fans and colleagues alike. In keeping with his wishes, Sellers was cremated, and his ashes were scattered in the English Channel. This choice reflected his love for the sea and his desire for a simple, unpretentious farewell. The scattering symbolized his free-spirited nature, unbound by the conventions that often defined others. Though there is no physical grave to visit, Peter Sellers' legacy lives on in the laughter he continues to inspire. His unforgettable performances in films like Doctor, Strangelove, and The Pink Panther are timeless, reminding the world of his comedic brilliance and unparalleled talent. By choosing the vast open waters as his final resting place, Sellers ensured his spirit remained as free and boundless as the humor he so effortlessly shared. James Doohan. James Doohan, the beloved actor who brought Star Trek's chief engineer Montgomery Scotty Scott to life, passed away in 2005 at the age of 85. Known for his endearing portrayal of the resourceful and quick-witted engineer, Doohan became an integral part of the Star Trek universe and a symbol of ingenuity and determination. In a fitting tribute to his iconic role, a portion of Doohan's cremated ashes was sent into space, a dream he had long expressed. This symbolic act honored his career in a series that celebrated exploration and the boundless possibilities of the universe. The ashes were launched aboard a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket in 2012, finding their resting place among the stars he so often traveled to in fiction. The remaining ashes were scattered at sea and at a memorial site, reflecting his multifaceted life as an actor, World War II veteran, and devoted family man. Fans continue to celebrate his legacy through the enduring popularity of Star Trek, where Scotty's ingenuity and charm remain as captivating as ever. Doohan's journey to the stars was not just a farewell, but a final voyage befitting a man who inspired generations to boldly go where no one has gone before. Gene Roddenberry. Gene Roddenberry, the legendary creator of Star Trek, passed away in 1991, leaving behind a legacy that forever changed the way we imagine the future. His groundbreaking vision of a united, peaceful humanity exploring the cosmos inspired countless fans and pushed the boundaries of science fiction. Roddenberry's impact extended far beyond television, influencing generations to look to the stars with hope and wonder. In a tribute as profound as his life's work, Roddenberry was cremated, and a portion of his ashes was sent into space. This final journey, arranged in 1997 aboard a Pegasus XL rocket, reflected the essence of his dream. His ashes orbited Earth before eventually re-entering the atmosphere, symbolizing his eternal connection to the stars. The remainder of his ashes was kept by his family, honoring his contributions as a husband, father, and pioneer of storytelling. Fans across the globe continue to honor Roddenberry's legacy through the enduring popularity of Star Trek and its message of hope, diversity, and progress. By reaching for the stars even in death, Roddenberry became a part of the vast cosmos he so eloquently brought to life, reminding us all to keep looking up. Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee, the martial arts icon who revolutionized action cinema and inspired millions, passed away in 1973 at just 32 years old. Known for his incredible discipline, charisma, and philosophical approach to martial arts, Lee's influence transcended film, shaping a global movement that continues to thrive. His untimely death was a devastating loss, but his legacy endures through his work, teachings, and philosophy. Following his death, Bruce Lee was cremated, and his ashes were interred at Lakeview Cemetery in Seattle, Washington. He once called home and where he built his martial arts school. This serene resting place has become a pilgrimage site for fans from all over the world who come to honor his life and pay their respects to the man who showed the world the true spirit of martial arts. The grave of Bruce Lee, marked by a simple yet powerful headstone, is a testament to his enduring legacy. Beside him lies his son, Brandon Lee, tragically lost at a young age, deepening the emotional connection visitors feel at the site. Bruce Lee's teachings and cinematic achievements continue to inspire generations, proving that his strength, wisdom, and indomitable spirit live on, transcending the boundaries of time and culture. Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein, the brilliant physicist whose name is synonymous with genius, left the world in 1955, but his departure was as thought-provoking as his life. Following his death, Einstein was cremated, a decision that aligned with his humble and unpretentious nature. He famously wished for no elaborate ceremonies or monuments, reflecting his focus on ideas rather than personal glory. Einstein's ashes were scattered along the Delaware River by close friends and family, ensuring his remains became one with the natural world. This act symbolized his deep connection to the universe he had spent his life unraveling, an eternal return to the elements. Einstein's brain, however, was preserved for study, an intriguing chapter that highlighted humanity's relentless curiosity about his extraordinary intellect. Yet, despite this curiosity, his cremation and the scattering of his ashes fulfilled his wish for simplicity and ensured his legacy remained rooted in his ideas rather than a physical shrine. Even without a grave to visit, Einstein's contributions to science and philosophy continue to inspire countless minds. His ashes may have returned to nature, but his legacy is eternal, orbiting through the cosmos of human thought and discovery. Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking, the brilliant physicist who defied physical limitations to explore the universe's greatest mysteries, passed away in 2018. After his cremation, his ashes were interred at Westminster Abbey, resting near the graves of Isaac Newton and Charles Darwin. This placement symbolized his place among the greatest minds in human history. Hawking's legacy, much like the cosmos he studied, continues to expand and inspire. George Harrison. George Harrison, the quiet Beatle with a deep spiritual side, passed away in 2001. Staying true to his Hindu beliefs, Harrison chose cremation. His ashes were scattered in India's sacred Ganges and Yamuna rivers, places of immense spiritual significance. This act reflected his lifelong pursuit of enlightenment and his connection to Indian culture, leaving a legacy of peace and transcendence. Carrie Fisher. Carrie Fisher, the witty and fearless actress who embodied Princess Leia in Star Wars, passed away in 2016. Known for her sharp humor, part of her ashes were placed in a Prozac-shaped urn, symbolizing her openness about mental health struggles and her unique comedic touch. The rest of her ashes were kept with her mother, Debbie Reynolds, a testament to their inseparable bond. Robin Williams. Robin Williams, the comedic genius who brought joy to millions, passed away in 2014. After his cremation, his ashes were scattered in San Francisco Bay, a place he deeply loved. This final gesture was a tribute to the laughter and light he brought to the world, leaving a legacy that continues to lift spirits everywhere. David Bowie. David Bowie, the musical and cultural icon, passed away in 2016. Staying true to his private nature, Bowie opted for direct cremation with no funeral services. His ashes were scattered in Bali in accordance with Buddhist rituals, reflecting his deep spiritual exploration and global influences that shaped his life and music. Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger, the gifted actor known for his powerful role in The Dark Knight, passed away in 2008. His ashes were scattered near his family's home in Perth, Australia. This private act reflected the close bond he shared with his family and the simplicity that characterized his personal life, even amidst his Hollywood fame. Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston, one of the greatest vocalists of all time, passed away in 2012. Following her cremation, her ashes were buried alongside her father in New Jersey, bringing her home to rest. Whitney's powerful voice and unforgettable performances continue to resonate, cementing her place as an icon for generations to come.